Hi class, welcome to Unit 2 of the Gospel of John. I'm actually coming to you from my classroom at Lee University where I teach freshmen on Monday nights, and how I wish that each and every one of you could be here with me filling up these rows so that we could engage face to face. Even though we can't have that experience, it's still an honor and a privilege to engage with you online, and I hope that the remainder of our course in the Gospel of John will be meaningful to you. Before we talk about some details regarding Unit 2, I do want to congratulate you and express my appreciation for such an excellent start to the course. Our discussion posts were robust. You are all really already engaging with Culpeper and reading the fourth gospel with a fresh set of lenses. So I'm just really excited to see the number of aha moments that we're going to have together in the next 7 units of the course. In Unit 2, we're going to be diving even more deeply into John, both as history and literature. On the literary front, we're going to begin to look at particular Johannine themes that sweep across the breadth of this gospel. And we're going to start to notice why our culture, Western Christianity, has had this particular draw to the Gospel of John because of the richness of those themes. So you're going to be posting about that in the 2 discussion posts. I want to remind you of a couple things. The first is that the initial discussion posts are due Friday night at midnight each week, which leaves us 3 days to then comment on one another's posts. So be sure to get that initial post in by Friday of each week. Also, we're going to continue our format for the posts in which you are essentially responding to my posts. So the technical side of it looks different, although you're really doing the same work. The motive here is that you're unable to see any other student's post before you post your initial post. And I've just found that that leads to a greater level of depth in our postings. And so I'd like to stick with that format. It seemed like it worked well in Unit 1, so we'll continue along that route. You do have an assignment also to turn in to me this week. It's our first reflection paper. The guidelines to that assignment are laid out in the Moodle system. There's a PDF document, and I want to encourage you to read and adhere to that PDF document, to the requirements of the assignment, to the letter. Let's go over them together. The reflection paper, first off, should be 4 to 6 pages of body, 4 to 6 pages of content. You do not need to turn in a cover sheet to me. You do not need to turn in a bibliography to me. I'm not interested. As long as your name's on the top, that's all I need. It doesn't need a title. Reflection paper 1 is fine. But if you choose to do any of that, you just need to know that I'm expecting at least a complete 4 pages, the entire page of material. Please don't use a bunch of spaces in your material. We don't need any of that. You do not need to quote big portions or entire verses from the Gospel of John. Simply referring to the citation, John 12:2, is fine, so that we maximize the space in which you're actually writing the reflection. As I want to see in the discussion posts, I also expect to see references to Culpeper, and now that we're in Unit 2, also Kester in your reflection paper. And you'll simply want to use the 3 questions that are in the layout of the assignment as the structure for your paper. Finally, I want to encourage you to do this. Lay out what your paper will look like and what your paper will do in an introductory paragraph. That's important in any college level essay. Sometimes it's an easy step to skip, but I want to encourage you and demand that you do that in these reflection papers. Say something like, in this paper, I'm going to accomplish 3 things. Tell me what those 3 things are, and those 3 things then become the initial introductory statements to the major sections of your reflection paper. If you do that, you'll get the strongest grade as possible. If any of you have questions or concerns, please do feel free to email me at jrice@leeuniversity.edu. I will get back to you in a timely manner. I really look forward to engaging with you this unit. God bless. Have a great week.